Hey everybody, Michael Batiste from Elk Calling Academy. We are here at day 2 at the Nevada Sportsman's Expo in Reno, Nevada, and we are hanging out with our good friend Daryl from Velvet Antler Technologies. Now, Daryl, everybody knows about your products to preserve mounts, everything like that. You also have a new stain, but you've got one product that not a lot of people realize that you have.
Correct. So that's this head hauler. And you know, it's funny, everybody that uses it absolutely loves this thing. Like once they put it on their pack and use it the first time, they just tell me how great it is. Comes with a full lifetime warranty. If you ever tear it or break it, we'll replace them for free. All made in America. But this thing will go over any backpack. You can clip it on any backpack as long as there's a buckle or a loop somewhere. This is the system hanging here on the front. The elk weighs 14 ounces with all the buckles on it, all the clips on it. Yeah, you put all your meat in your pack. If you have a deer, you put all the meat in there. This actually acts as a secondary cinch as well.
Okay.
So that meat likes to slosh around in there, right? You can hook that on there, put your head, cinch everything down, and pull it really tight. And I like to reinforce to people, this thing, everybody thinks that all of your weight and your pressure is on this center piece, and they're afraid it's going to rip. These straps actually run through. This one crosses over to the bottom on that side. This one crosses over to the bottom on this side, as well as the center ones. They all go across, and they're sewn to each other. This is only here for padding purposes, right? So these things, I tell people, wrap your hand around them and pull them, right? You want to pull them as hard and tight as you can so this thing doesn't move. So this is all that's holding this elk on this backpack right here. It's heavy, heavy elk. We have it leaned forward on purpose just to show the strength and the stability of this thing on here.
So, and it's 8 points of connection, right?
Correct.
So four per side, attaches with, you know, like you said, any pack. Now, we used this last year coming out with a bull, and Brandon was trying to figure out how to attach his head, and I tossed him this, put my pack on, and he was asking about it. He's like, how does this work? And basically, being the good friend I am, I said, figure it out, and left him there. But man, he said when he got to the truck, normally trying to attach these with rope or this or that, you get that sway, you get that movement. And I mean, we went through some gnarly buck brush. This thing didn't catch or twist. It just stayed solid. And the thing that's cool about this, it doesn't matter if you've got a head with a cape or you've just got the skull, the head.
Correct.
So, and you've got 2 different sizes.
Yep.
One for elk, one for deer.
And 2 colors. So it comes in orange, and it comes in a coyote brown, which is on here. So we got the orange and the brown, and both in, yes, the large and the small.
Nice. Now, okay, we talked to people about this. I know you got a new product out, and I said we were going to focus on this, but your new product is pretty dang cool. So why don't you talk about what you just came out with?
So it's called our Antler Stain. We actually just launched this the 1st of March. It comes in this small bottle. It does go quite a ways. It's actually a gel stain. So versus most stains that you have, they're a liquid. They go on as one color.
Okay.
Right? So when we actually use this, I'm actually going to just throw some on here real quick just to show you.
Okay.
When this thing goes on, it kind of goes on multicolored.
Okay.
And you can put it on as light or as dark as you want. So this essentially takes the place of all other stains that you've ever used. So you can kind of see here, you just brush it on. And when you brush it on, you can actually see the differentials in the colors.
You can see how the greens kind of just start popping out a little bit
right.
immediately.
So, and if you leave this, let's say you leave it, you want it light colored, right? You'll leave it for 5-10 minutes maybe, wipe it with a towel. And that'll actually leave it real light colored like this here that I did yesterday, a sample for somebody. If you like that dark look, you knew that was a dark look originally, then you just leave it alone.
Yeah.
And then you come back with some steel wool later and scuff it up, and it takes down all the high spots, which like they're rubbing on a tree, and it brings out the light spots and leaves the dark in between. So
now, you were telling me yesterday something about this that I thought was pretty cool, because you know, us as elk nuts and crazy about elk, we all love those chocolate antlers with those ivory tips.
Correct.
Now, you were mentioning a pretty cool technique yesterday to where you can basically recover that same look of that chocolate look with ivory antlers or ivory tips.
Right. So what you end up doing is you'll keep coloring it, and you know, always the tips are the lightest and the bases are the darkest. That's just on all antlers. So I always tell people, do a single coat all the way down, and then maybe go 2/3 down, and then the last down. And if you want them darker, you just keep doing more coats,
Okay.
right? And when you're done with all those coats, then you take these tips and sand this off. So what you'll get with wood stains penetrate the antler really deep.
Yep.
Okay, this doesn't penetrate the antler really deep. So what happens when you sand these tips, this one right here, I don't know if you can see it very good on the video, but it actually whitened this tip back up when I sanded it.
Nice.
Because it doesn't penetrate really deep into the antler, which you can get a more natural look to the antler by doing that versus a stain or a paint that goes deep into the antler.
So basically with this gives the freedom that somebody can basically really get that look back on their trophy. Maybe it's a deadhead that they found of a buck that or a bull that they've got on trail camera. They know what he's looked like in the years past, but now it's kind of sun bleached out a little bit. But because he's got history with that animal, now they can take this and they can look at their trail cam pics and really go through the process and get that back to looking the way it was.
Right. And that's the beauty of it being a gel versus a liquid, right?
Yeah.
You can do that in different layers. And another good thing about this, and I know this happens quite often, people do their Euro mounts.
Yep.
You do a Euro mount, you end up with this much of your antler in the water,
yeah.
and it takes the color out of it.
Yep.
I actually had a guy stop here yesterday with me, and he actually bought 2 more bottles because he said he does Euro mounts all year long.
Yep.
And that's always a problem for him to repaint those. He actually showed me pictures of 2 that he did that were actually just exact match on an elk antler. He just brushed it on there each day until he liked the look, and it just matched exactly. The pictures, it was unreal. You could not even tell the difference.
So Daryl, where can they find you on social media?
Oh goodness, they're all just Velvet Antler Technologies. So
okay. Instagram,
Facebook. I even have a small TikTok. You guys like TikTok? I love my TikTok. I'm a TikTok junkie, so I'm always on there. But yeah, that's where you can find us all. VelvetAntlerTechnologies.com for the website. Nice. And check us out.
All right, guys. And if you want, what I'll do in the description down below, I'll actually post links to the head hauler and the new antler stain. Go check them out today. Day 2 is just starting. Stay with us. We got more coming from the Nevada Sportsman's Expo here in Reno, Nevada. We'll see you guys on the next video.